Welcome back. So in this lab, we will be seeing on functions demo. So which is going to be your Azure functions, and that is going to be your serverless architecture. So we have seen quite a number of labs on web apps and other areas of demos. So now we'll be seeing like how you can use Azure DevOps to actually do functions. So I have my basic functions apps over here, and this is just going to be a code. You can see this is just my functions app, and the index.json is this one, which just says welcome to Azure functions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like, instead of this hello there welcome to Azure functions, I'm just saying hello there welcome to suppose function. I'm just changing this. Okay. So this is just a HTTP trigger function. I'm just committing it. If you see, this is just an HTTP trigger function, and it's just 10 lines of code. And this is just going to be your functions.json, which actually uses, or which actually triggers your functions with HTTP trigger. Okay, and I have my ARM templates also over here, which is actually going to create a storage account, and then it is actually going to create a function set. Okay, and it is actually going to have the functions name and everything, and the corresponding application insights for the functions. This is my ARM templates. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to a pipeline, and then I can see the pipeline is already running. That's because, as I told you, like, I had made the trigger out of it. Like here on my triggers section, I have enabled the continuous trigger option, continuous integration option, and whatever the changes that I make it on a master will automatically get it triggered. Okay, so these are all the pipeline functions. Like, first I'm just using a Node.js version 8.1.1, and then I'm installing the dependencies, and then I'm installing the test dependencies, and I'm just using a gulp to run the test cases, and then I'm archiving the zip files, and I'm copying the ARM templates and then publishing it. So at the end of the output, you will be getting a functions output as well as an ARM templates. Okay, so let us wait for the build to get completed. You can see over here, okay, the unit test is getting failed. Why is that? Because the unit test would have been looking for that particular areas. So let me go, and then let me try to disable the unit test. I don't need the unit test for time being now. And then let me try to save and queue it again. Okay, so this actually will be starting the build pipeline now. Okay, the agent has been confirmed, and now it is trying to download the files, and then checkout is happening. Okay, checkout is done. Now it is trying to install the Node.js version. Okay, everything is fine. Now it is going to install the dependencies. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm going to Azure portal, which is like nothing but your portal.azure.com, and then just logging in with my username and password. And I'm just going to a resource group, and under the resource group, you can actually see like what are all the resource group available. And here I have seen like this is a functions group, so I don't want this. So this is a demo that I've tried it. I want everything to be recreated. So I'm just trying to delete the whole resource group now. Okay, so if I try to delete the old resource group, the functions app and the application insights and the app service plan and the storage account, everything has to be recreated again. So I'm just deleting the resource group now, so that when the release pipeline runs, all these will be automatically created with the help of a ARM templates that we were having, and the function application will be deployed from Azure DevOps, and then we can see the output. Okay, that's going to be our end goal. Okay, so if you see, the build is completed, and the artifact, if we go and check it over here, you can see the artifact is actually having a functions.zip file and the ARM template. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to release pipeline, and then let me first stop this release, because there okay, I'm canceling this because there I'm trying to delete the resource group, because when the resource group is deleting and the same resource group is getting created, then it will become a problem. Okay, I'm just trying to cancel the release, and now I'm just going and editing the pipeline. Okay, so here this is going to be the artifact that is actually coming out from the build pipeline, and this is going to be my particular task. And inside this I have only two tasks available. One is actually the resource group creation, like this is going to be my resource group creation, or I can just choose this particular subscription out of it. So I'm just trying to authorize as usual. Okay, so it is trying to authorize between Azure DevOps and the Azure cloud. This is going to be called as your service connection. Now it is authorized. Now it is actually asking you for a resource group. So either I can actually choose any resource group that is available, or I can just give a location out of it. So I'm just giving a location as East to West. Okay, because that's my favorite. I'm just giving it. And this is going to be my template that I am actually taking it from my drop location. Okay, so this is going to be my function template.json. Okay, and this is the parameters that I'm actually giving it over here. So here, if you see, this is going to be my function app name, which is function demo 2020, and this is going to be the app service plan name, and I'm creating it as dynamic one, and this is going to be my storage account name, and the application insights location is going to be east to west. Fine. And I have deployment types of three models. One is incremental, complete, and validation. So if I give incremental, whatever the changes that was done last time, it won't do it again. So it is idempotent. So whatever the new changes that we wanted, only that it will get deployed. Complete is again it will deploy from the scratch. Validation is it just checks only. Okay. So here I just need to give the resource group name. So let this resource group create deleted. Okay, the resource group is deleted now. Now when I go to the resource groups now, if you see that resource group is not available. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create a new resource group called as func demo. Keep 2020. Okay, and I'm just creating func demo 2020, and then I'm trying to create the resource group. Okay, my resource group is created and it is empty now. Let me try to map that over here. Let me try to refresh, and I'm seeing func demo 2020. Good. I'm just choosing this resource group, and this is going to be my functions app, and here I'm just trying to give the functions app name and functions apps on Windows, and here the package name I'm just trying to map that zip file over here. This is going to be my zip file, so which is automatically mapped over here. Now let me save it, and I'm trying to create a release. Okay, so now what happens, with the help of an ARM templates, this in this resource group, now you can see there are no resources available. So when the job runs, it automatically creates a functions app, it automatically creates an application insights for the functions app, it automatically creates a storage account, and it automatically creates an app service plan for the functions app. And then the functions app code will be deployed, and then we can try to browse into it to check if the code is working fine or not. So this is going to be called as your end-to-end deployment. Like you have zero infrastructure. So with the help of Azure DevOps, you are trying to create an infrastructure, and then you are trying to deploy inside that infrastructure. Okay, so it is template validation is successful now. It is trying to look into this particular template which is available, and the template validation started, and the validation name is gone, and then now starting the deployment. Okay, now when you go over here, you can see the template Windows function template is being deployed. because in the resource group, when you go to this deployment sections, you can see that Azure DevOps and the Azure has been connected, and this is the template that has been getting deployed. And here you can see what are all the list of templates available over here. Storage account is there, insights components are there, and this is going to be the app service plan for it, and all the things it is trying to deploy, and it says your deployment is underway. So it will take some time for us to deploy it, and then once if it is deployed, then comes our code deployment. Okay, it takes another couple of minutes, so just stay cool. Okay, so what I'll do is like I'll pause the video and then I'll come back once after the deployment is completed. Thank you.